Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Smequle, and in today's video, we're going to be finding out what would happen if NBA teams were based off when players were drafted. Shout out to Cole for actually giving me this video idea, and we're almost at 200,000 subscribers, so make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let's try to possibly hit that by the end of the month. But anyways, how this video works is every team in the NBA is going to be based off where players went drafted. So if a player went first overall, they're going to be all on the same team. All the second overall draft picks will be on the same team, and so on and so on. We're just going to get right into this roster here and check out who is all on every team. So our first round picks are looking pretty stacked. We got LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, Karl-Anthony Towns. I'll kind of just scroll through the roster kind of quick here. That way you can see everybody on the team. And at the bottom, you might notice I have 0 overalls. That just means there wasn't enough players to fill out a roster. So we just had to add just pretty much garbage minute players to fill out the roster. They won't be playing or anything during the season. Going over our second round picks, we got Durant, Marcus Aldridge, Oladipo leading that team right there. Looking pretty good as well. Going over to our third round picks, it is led by Harden, Joel Embiid. Our fourth round picks right here. So all of these top picks, the teams are looking pretty good. But as we get further down the list, they kind of fall off just a little bit. There's still some good teams at like the 7, 6, around this area. The 8s don't look too good. Right here, we'll go through them real quick. We got the 9th overall picks led by Kemba, DeRozan, Andre Drummond. 10th picks, Paul George, CJ McCollum, Brooke Lopez, Klay Thompson. With that 11th picks, you kind of get the gist of it. Wherever somebody went, they're going to be on that team. And then we had to do 12 and 13 together because there wasn't enough people to fill off the roster. And this is how it went for the rest of the roster. 14 and 15 together. 16 and 17 are going to be together. 18 and 19 are going to be together. 20 to 21 are going to be together. 22 to 23. 24 to 25. This one is actually looking pretty good. 26 to 27. And then 28 to 30 is going to be our last in terms of first round draft picks. Then we have 2 teams from second round draft picks. The first one is going to be second round draft 1 to 10. So we got Draymond Green, Hassan Whiteside, Brogdon, Montrezl Harrell, DeAndre Jordan, Spencer Dinwiddie, Chris Middleton. And this team is actually looking pretty good. And then our next team is going to be the second round draft picks, picked from 11th to 30th. This is going to be led by Nikola Jokic, Marcus Gasol, Lou Williams, Paul Millsap, Isaiah Thomas. A lot of Nuggets players on this team. And then finally, our last team is going to be a team of undrafted players. So this is going to be led by Robert Covington. We got Joe Ingles. Not really the best team right here. And then we didn't have enough teams to fill out the whole roster. So we got 7 bot teams. That is just a bunch of pretty poor players. And they shouldn't do too well. If they do better, then like they're undrafted. But they're the worst team, so they shouldn't get many wins. It should be a free win for pretty much every team. But leave your comment down below on which team you think is going to actually win in the NBA if it was based off draft picks. I mean, the number 1 overall picks are looking pretty good, but you never know. There could be an upset. Let's just hop right into the season. Okay, so we made it to the end of the season, and James Harden gets MVP. He might also win it this year as well. 29 points per game, 6 rebounds, 10 assists, 1.7 steals, 0.4 blocks. He had a really good season right there. Emmanuel Terry gets Rookie of the Year. Don't know how that ended up working. Marc Gasol gets 6th Man of the Year on the Bucks, which are the second round picks. Giannis gets Defensive Player of the Year. Clint Capella Most Improved. And then the Bulls head coach going to get Coach of the Year, because I believe the Bulls did have the best record, and they were actually the 3rd round picks. Checking out the All-NBA teams here. They should be pretty similar to how they would turn out in real life. Clint Capella making it on the 3rd team there. Let's just go through all of this stuff. Emmanuel Terry on the bot team somehow gets Rookie of the Year. That is very, very, very weird. But let's just advance to the playoffs here and find out who all made it in the game. You can't really tell from the team names. So Harden's still going to lead the league in points per game. Going over to rebounds, it's going to be Ante Zizic with 20.7 rebounds per game. Clint Capella had 19.3. These are some insane numbers right there. That is absolutely crazy. Harden, Chris Paul on the top for assists. Steals is going to go to Paul George. Blocks per game, I have no idea who that is, but Miles Turner is second. I think that just might be some random player. I don't know if I'm wrong or right or what. Steven Adams for field goal percentage. Kyle Korver for three-point percentage. We got Malik Monk for free throw percentage. And let's actually find out who had the best plus minus in the league. It is going to be James Harden, the MVP. So Harden just filling up the stat sheets, and then everybody, all these first overall picks are on the leaderboards as well. But if we go over to standings right here, it is going to be the third round of picks at the top, 70 and 12. This is in the East. And then we got the fourth round picks. The second round picks, 11 to 30 are third. Ninth picks, the second picks, 24 to 25 actually make it in there, 16 to 17, and the 11th picks. Teams that did not make it, we'll just go down here. Three bot teams. The bot team 5 went 0 and 82. Eighth picks didn't make it in, which is kind of interesting. Who do they have? I guess the 8th round picks aren't really too good, despite being a pretty high pick right there. 11th did really good. And then over in the West, the first round picks doing amazing, 68 and 14, 12 to 13. That's with Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker. I'm surprised they did that good. The 6th round picks in there. Second round 1 to 10, 18 to 19, 26 to 27. The 7th round picks, which is Stephen Curry, Eric Gordon, Julius Randle in there as well. And then lastly, the 22 to 23. The 5th round picks actually didn't make it in, which is interesting because this is a pretty high draft, the 5th pick, and they weren't able to make it in right there. And then the bot teams doing the worst in the West as well. So interesting, the first round picks and the 3rd round picks looking like the two best teams. Some surprises here as well, but let's just get right into the playoffs. I'm not exactly sure which teams are which is kind of annoying. So first off, in the East, we had the 3rd overall picks beating the 11th overall picks. The 2nd overall picks end up defeating the 9th overall picks. And then the second round, 11 to 30, defeat the 24th and 25th overall picks. The 4th overall picks end up defeating the 16th to 17th. So it's kind of going as planned right there. The only upset would be those second round guys. But they are pretty good. In the West, we had the first round picks. Of course, they win. Nice 4-0 win right there. We had the second round picks, 1 to 10, defeating 18 and 19th picks. We had the 6th overall picks actually losing to the 26th and 27th picks. So that is a huge upset right there. The 26th and 27th end up moving on. And then we have the 12th and 13th overall picks defeating, I believe that was, the 7th overall pick. So another upset right there. We got a few upsets in the West. But let's see who's going to move on to the conference finals. Is it going to be the top picks, or are there going to be some more upsets? The second round picks, both of them have been eliminated. The 2nd overall picks have been eliminated, so that's a big upset right there. And then the 26th to 27th picks have been eliminated. So in the West, we have the 1st overall picks facing off against the 12th to 13th overall picks. And in the East, we have the 3rd overall picks facing off against the 4th overall pick. So this is a pretty good matchup here. Who is going to make it on? The 2nd overall picks aren't in here, so not all of the top teams. Let's just simulate this round again. Both the 3rd and 1st overall picks, both with huge leads right here. The first overall picks going to get an easy W. Same with the 3rd overall pick. So the two best teams in the regular season. Let's see who is going to win this series finals, though. So simulating game number 1, the 1st overall pick is going to get that nice and easy. And then it's tied up. 1st overall picks with a 2-1 lead. 3rd overall picks tied up again. 3rd overall picks take a lead. And the 3rd overall picks with a 5-point lead, 12 seconds left. It does look like they are going to win this game and defeat the 1st overall picks with a huge upset right here. Of course, this team led by James Harden, but the other team had some great players. So that's going to end the game right there. 3rd overall picks going to win the NBA finals. And it just goes to show, not all the time the first overall picks are the best players. I mean, you got some of the best guys in the league that don't get drafted first overall, and that's just how the NBA works. I'm assuming James Harden is going to get this finals MVP here. He's holding up the trophy, and he does get finals MVP. And checking out the stats, 33.7 points per game, 4.8 rebounds, 11 assists per game in the NBA Finals. Harden's a 98 overall. And just taking a final look at this third overall pick team, you got Harden, Joel Embiid, Doncic, Bradley Beal, Al Horford, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Otto Porter. Just looking at this team, you can see why they did end up winning. But this first overall pick, really tough team. They end up beating them. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Never in the same space that we started at. Throw the ball, I run the play like a quarterback. I've been up all night trying to make a stack, trying to get a plaque and flip a dream into a solid fact. Hustled hard for it. One day they will notice. Chasing in the day.